The first scene with Jude in a restaurant. These are people who has a very strong past, a very painful past, and they somehow cannot get rid of each other. They need each other, and they want to get rid of each other. So we played it as two human beings that had exactly that, a painful and beautiful and powerful past. And then the wizard part came later. We didn't think too much about that. It was always in our backhand if we needed it. But there is a truth. We meet on a neutral area, and there's indication of they're having a hard time letting each other go.
You know, it's this profound relationship that they've shared since they were both young men. It focused really on a shared belief system about the world and about how the world is ordered, and they were both also very brilliant young wizards. In a way, Dumbledore and Grindelwald, when they met, were brilliant at magic, and hard to find other people who were equally clever. So they had a very natural bond with each other, a very natural connection. But fundamentally, it was a meeting of minds and ideas and philosophies and ideologies about how the world should be ordered. And that fractured, they fell apart. But that deep bond and that deep connection they have together is a profound thing to break. And I think it left them both feeling somewhat bereft, somewhat like they've lost a part of themselves, ultimately. And so our story partly charts that at the beginning and at the end. It's about what we all experience often in our lives, once or twice if we're lucky, more often if we're not. What does it feel like when you lose someone, when you have to either walk away or someone walks away from you, for whatever reasons, in a friendship, within family, whether it's lovers, you know, what does that feel like? And the film, in a way, explores that feeling of what it feels like to lose someone that you feel deeply about. I think for anyone watching the movie, you feel there's a wonderful moment towards the end of the story where you see Dumbledore place his hand on Grindelwald's. Well, I don't want to give away the moment, but what that moment speaks to is a deep bond between two human beings. They've experienced so much together, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, the whole philosophy of life, and I think there's something really beautiful about that, and that's that to me, that kinship, that bond, is a beautiful thing, and we've tried to explore it in that opening scene, and we've tried to explore it in that final scene, and it's a part of our story, and we hope audiences will enjoy that and appreciate it. And actually, what I find when I watch that moment at the end of the movie, I know you've seen it. It reminds me of what it felt like breaking up with my first girlfriend, or falling out with my brother. You know, I once fell out with my brother, and when you see those two people fracturing like that, it's that feeling of what it's like to lose someone, you know, and that's what our story is about. Very good question. I mean, it's always good to be honest about our feelings, and I think Dumbledore can't help but be honest, you know, and it is who he is, and so that's important. But it's a good question. I'm not sure if Grindelwald still feels the same way, if he still has that commitment to Dumbledore as he did when he was a younger man. I don't know. It's hard to read Grindelwald sometimes. In my own head, I like to feel that he still feels that very strong bond towards him. But I think the way Mads plays that character is wonderful, very sort of mercurial, and it's within his nature to be a user, I guess, you know, in that sense.
Oh, he definitely loves him. But maybe disappointment at this point has taken over.